Wow, look at these beautiful containers.
Yeah, aren't they so nice and colorful? So these are the Kagura decanters, and they're made by Kagura Feast Corporation.
So isn't like a decanter a container where you can actually pour wine or juice to let the air out?
Yeah, exactly. So everybody thinks of a decanter as the thing that you just put wine or other kind of liquids in to kind of make them mature over time. But this one, they made it a bit differently. And there's some interesting features about this. First off, this inhibits oxidation in two different ways. One, you have this lid right here. Of course, that keeps air from coming in. But then you also have an inner lid, this guy right here. Yeah, so this is kind of like a syringe, and you would push it in so that all the liquid comes out without any air in that as well. And you can see it's the same kind of mechanism with this.
That's such a nice feature.
Yeah, and in fact, this inner lid actually is so close to the same diameter as the inside of this. It's only 0.4 millimeters different.
Wow, that's really precise. So it helps inhibit wine oxidation?
Yeah, so basically this can keep your wine fresh for 10 days.
Wow. I mean, I can have my wine any day for 10 days long. That's amazing.
Yeah, and there's a couple of other features in this contraption that I kind of want to talk about. First off, if you look really closely, the inside of it is at a 2-degree angle facing away from the spout. Okay? So what that does is basically when you have wine, and especially good wine and older wines, you have what's called lees, basically like the schmutz at the bottom of the wine bottle. That 2-degree incline actually keeps the lees away from the spout, so when you pour out the wine, the lees don't come out with it.
So you mean the wine can be poured without the lees then?
Exactly. So you have the best pour, and basically that is what sommeliers do when they pour, is they try to pour it so that there's absolutely no lees that are in your glass, and that's a very hard thing to do, but now you can do it at home with this thing.
So let's go pour the wine.
Right, so there's 2 different ways to pour with this decanter. First off, if you have a younger wine like this guy, you would just keep it straight up and just go like this, pour it directly in. So for older bottles though, what you'd want to do is put it at a 45-degree angle like this, and then just kind of slowly pour it in, just like that. And by doing this at an angle like this, that keeps most of the lees in the bottle, like the schmutz, that keeps it in the bottle. And the part of it that does come out will all kind of trickle down into this area right over here and stay there. Yeah.
That's super easy.
Yeah, it is.
It's such a great feature.
So that's the first step. And the second step to just keep it completely airtight is to put this guy in just like that. And you can see.
Super smooth.
Very smooth. And then you just put this guy on the top of it, and you're ready to go.
That's super cool, right? So it means, you can use it to store not only wine, but juices as well?
Yeah, not only juices, but pretty much any kind of liquid. So these are actually heat treated, so they can contain up to 100 degrees Celsius, so, boiling temperature liquids. And basically you can put tea in here, green tea, black tea, doesn't really matter.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and also that green one over there, can you just bring that over? Yeah. So this is a special one. This one actually is light treated. This color allows it to not let bad light in, basically. So that'll keep olive oil fresher for a lot longer than just keeping it in the bottle. So think of it this way. After you've used your olive oil or your wine or anything that was in here, what do you think? It might be pretty hard to clean it, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, it's actually pretty easy. So you just take off the top and then take off the little part inside as well, and you can rinse it very, very easily.
So where else do you think we can use this container?
So I'm thinking you could use this in a restaurant, right? So if you've ever been to a restaurant that has a lot of wine in it, you'd be ordering a bottle of wine. Maybe you guys drink half of it or 3/4 of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I drink all of it, but some people don't. And then what does the restaurant do with the rest of the wine? Well, I mean, if they don't drink it, then they're probably just going to throw it out or maybe use it in food or something like that. But basically, it just produces a lot of food waste. With this, though, a restaurant could just have maybe 5 or 10 of these on site, put them all in, put different wines in each one of them, and have them ready to go without having to throw out any of the wine. So I don't know about you, but with me, I don't like buying, an entire bottle of nice wine if I'm just going to be drinking it alone. And, sometimes I just want to have a glass of wine alone, or, maybe with somebody else, and not have to open up an entire bottle, right? But this allows you to go and, purchase a nicer bottle and keep it over time a little bit.
I think pouring wine from this container is actually a very impressive way of serving wine. What do you say?
Yeah, it's a bit different than normal, and I happen to have a little glass right here just to demonstrate what I was was thinking. So normally you would have your glass on the table,
Yeah.
and then you would have the bottle come on over and, you know, pour it just like that, right? Glass on the table, think of it that way. But this time, you take your glass, you pick it up, and you put it right next to that container and go just like that. And yeah, it's a new way of doing things. So yeah, you have your glass. Let me get my glass ready as well. And look how it just kind of sinks down like that. I
So
love how
smooth.
that
The flow
works.
is really smooth.
It is, it is. Cheers.
Cheers. If you want to learn more about this product, you can look at the description below. We have the links where you can find more about these products.